Hey guys, I have had a lot of questions about other types of parties versus Pink Zebra home parties. So we'll just do a quick video and kind of go over, actually I say it's quick, but when it comes to these type of videos that are just, it's a lot. There's so much that you can talk about. I'll try to make it as quick as I can. So a lot of times I'll get a question that says, what's the difference, what is a basket party, or what's a party on the go, or there's tons of different names that you can pick for it, and really it's just essentially a souped up party versus like your normal catalog party, which a lot of people are used to just home party or catalog party. Those are as their options. So party to go, basket party, any of those are just amped up a little bit more. What you put in them is really up to you. You could do, put a simmering pot in there. You could do samples. You could put a jar of sprinkles. You could put your testers. You could do a reed diffuser. You could do one of the new lotions. You could put whatever you want in there in any type of container. So really, as far as what should I put in there, it's really up to you and what you feel comfortable in. My opinion is there's a lot of things that factor into it. Are my testers going to be used? Do I have a show coming up? Is the hostess local? Do I know the hostess? A lot of things kind of factor into what I put in there. I don't think I've ever had a party to go or basket party that was the same, because I always just kind of change it up and put different things in there. So as far as what you should put in there, it's really, really just up to you. Facebook party, this is my thoughts on a Facebook party. First of all, it should never be a month long. It should never be 2 weeks long. Facebook party needs to be live time. Pick a date, pick a time, that's when the party is. None of this constant posting in there every day for 2, 3, 4 weeks, sometimes longer. It should never be like that. A, you're spammy. B, they're not going to pay attention, and you really want them to feel like you're in their living room, even though they're at home in their pajamas. So you want to give them all the information that you would as if you were at a home party. Very rarely do I do a party on the go or a basket party or a catalog party without that Facebook party. Usually, if they're not doing a home party, we're doing a Facebook party / I give them a party on the go kit. I really want that interaction. Otherwise, you're just sending, like when I think about when I was first in direct sales, I did catalog parties and I just sent them out the door. I never talked to the guest until it was follow-up time. And I just really, I want to be in there with my guests. I want them to know me. I want to know them, how I can help them. So I usually coincide them together. And I understand there's some situations where the party or the Facebook party won't work, but almost always do I do a Facebook party added to the party on the go. So when you're doing one of these parties that is not a home party, you need to think about some things that you need to decide right away. How are you going to get some bookings? How are you going to get the hostess to get as many people to the party as she can without inviting her whole friends list, which I'm not going to get into all of that. But she needs to do it just like a home party. Pick, 30 to 40 people that she wants to invite, message them, and, go from there. But like I said, that's a whole another video on how to do Facebook parties. So you need to decide how the host is going to get attendance and then how she's going to get sales. Hostess coaching is absolutely so important when it comes to these parties that are not at home. You need to do more hostess coaching than a home party hostess, actually, because you're not actually there in front of her to do the home party. So you need to figure out what you're going to do for hostess coaching and decide a system. It takes a little bit to kind of decide what you want to do, tweak it a little bit, and your system should not be the same exact way as someone else's. You need to put your personality on it and do what's best for you, but it is not optional. So if you hear anything in this video, hostess coaching is not optional, okay? So when I send out, no matter what kind of packet it is, what kind of party it is, everybody's going to get a folder. Everybody's going to get 2 catalogs. Everybody's going to get order forms, no matter how they're doing their party. Sometimes Facebook hostesses still want to get regular outside orders from people that may not have Facebook. Totally fine, then they'll have an order form for it. So they've always got that information there. They always get a Paisley Pick flyer. They always get an opportunity brochure. They always get a Hostess Rewards flyer. Always. Then I have a letter that I send out. A letter for my party to goes, a letter for my Facebook parties, and like I said, they're usually together, so they're pretty much the same thing. It is different than my home party letter. It just talks about how to collect orders, Facebook events, shipping, closing dates, and I include their party number on there as well. So that's the letter that I put in there. When I first started, because hardly anybody knew what Pink Zebra was, I made up binders. Now that I've been doing this for a while, I don't use these. If I'm in an area where I have a hostess that people aren't familiar with Pink Zebra, I'll probably use these again. Obviously, they're outdated, the information. But I made these just binders, and inside of them, I put a party to go planner in there, and it just talks about making a wish list, explaining the Hostess Rewards. Then I'm trying to see when this is even from. It's been a long time ago. It'll have, I put the flyers in there, that I normally would have in the folder. Excuse me, it would be in here. I have a join special right there. I would put that in there. And then I would put in there information that talks about what Pink Zebra is. You could put the FAQs in here. You could put the FAQs for soaks, and you could do the woolies and the sprinkles as well. That's really important. There's a lot of information in the back office that you can print off in there for the people that really want to know, what's in sprinkles or what's in the soaks. And if they are asking the hostess, she's at work, she can't message you, then she would have all the information in here. And then I also put in an example for recipes. So if they want to see what kind of goes well with each other, and again, if they're at work or something, I have front and back on that. So that's an option for people that are doing parties in areas where somebody's not familiar. You can make up a binder like this and put some extra things in there that you normally wouldn't put in there, just to kind of give them some extra information about Pink Zebra if you want. Also, when it comes to hostess coaching, you need to decide when you're going to be contacting her, what you're going to be contacting her over, and how you're going to follow up. So you need to just tell her, is next Tuesday okay to follow up with you, let's say around 7 o'clock. If she says yes, you need to call Tuesday at 7 o'clock. You need to be consistent with that. You need to let her know if you expect something from her. So if you give her a goal, I'm going to go ahead and put your party online on Facebook. If you would, go ahead and I'll make you an admin in there, or whatever it's called, host. And your goal is going to be to contact or message 40 people by next Tuesday, and I'll call you next Tuesday at 7 o'clock and we'll see how that goes. You could give her something to do each week, but either way you need to be consistent with that. Following up after the party, you need to decide how you're going to do that. Figure out the payment arrangements for what works best for her. Figure out how you're going to follow up the customers that ordered and the hostess as far as her Hostess Rewards go as well. And my thoughts on the whole, having party to goes and Facebook parties, I think they are awesome. I really have had just wonderful success and been blessed with wonderful hostesses and girls that I've recruited from my parties lately, and I think they are absolutely wonderful if you do the work. You've got to put in more work as far as hostess coaching goes than you normally do, but it definitely pays off. And in the end, we all want our hostesses to have the best parties possible. That's going to lead to bookings from them, and it's also going to lead to rebookings for us. And then the last thing, and then I'll quit rambling, is I'll show you what I've been doing as far as keeping track of everything, because especially in a Facebook party, it can get kind of crazy. So I have made up these just envelopes. They're from the dollar store. And so on there I put her name, I put when the party is going to be and where it's going to be, her address, I'll put her email, and at the bottom I will put her party total and her bookings. Just so at first glance I know, when I need to look her up for when she rebooks, I have all that information right there, and then I can make a new envelope for her. Then you can hook it on the back when the whole party is done, close it, and file it. So it's really easy to take care of. So that's what I put on the front. Inside of the envelope, I have, sorry, I'm backwards on this. I have a piece of paper, not fancy, and it was just one piece of paper folded into book style. So on the front of it, I'm going to put what rewards that she picked, because a lot of times they'll give it to me via the phone or messaging, and so I'll write down all of her hostess rewards on there, and then I can tally it. And then on the inside of it, I have online orders and outside orders. I like to keep track of the orders that are coming in and who's ordering, because a lot of times they'll message me and say, hey, so-and-so from work was going to order, and it's usually first name basis. Have you seen an order come through for her yet? So no matter where I'm at, I can pull that out and I'll know if I have an order from her. And then outside orders are the orders that if she gets on her own that weren't on ordered through her party. And then on the back of it, I have booking information. So the girls that booked a party I'll put their mailing information there. And then so I can follow up and get the date and everything mapped out. And the party winners are going to be the ones that won gifts or giveaways throughout the Facebook party. So I'll put their information there and I'll check it off or highlight it when I send them out. So that's it. Sometimes I will attach, I have thank you cards that I do, but again, that you just kind of decide what works for you. Any other things that I decide that go along with her party that I may send out, or gifts or stuff, I will attach also in here, because usually everything fits in here. So just maybe a little tip of how to keep your party on the go's Facebook parties organized. So, okay, I think I've done enough rambling. Again, this topic is just so huge and so broad. You could just go on and on and on about it. But hopefully that gives you a little bit of clarity as far as what you should be doing and how you can be maximizing those party on the go / basket party / Facebook parties. All right, see you later.